For the past few years, we've all gotten used to AI as this kind of helpful assistant for software development, right? Like a superpowered autocomplete. But what if that's just the beginning? What if we're on the edge of a much, much bigger shift, one that goes way beyond simple helpers and into the world of true autonomous partners? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into today with this idea called vibe coding.
So we all just kind of assume that tools like GitHub Copilot make us more productive. The whole promise is simple. AI helps you write code faster. And that feels right, doesn't it? But is that really the whole story? What if the actual data tells us something a little different, maybe a bit more complicated?
And this is where it gets really interesting. A huge survey that looked at over 1,000 research papers found some pretty startling stuff. Get this. In one study, experienced developers using a popular AI tool actually took 19% longer to get their tasks done. Longer. So that kind of tells you that just having a smarter code generator isn't the silver bullet. There's a piece of the puzzle missing here, and it's a whole new way of working.
And that brings us right to the heart of it, vibe coding. This isn't just about getting code spat out at you. It's a fundamental change in how we, as developers, interact with that code. The absolute key is this. We stop painstakingly reading every single line the AI writes, and instead, we start validating it based on the result. Does it work? Does it do the thing it's supposed to do? You're judging the vibe of the output. It's functional correctness, not just whether the syntax looks okay.
So, to really get our heads around this, here's the plan. We'll start with what vibe coding really is. Then we'll dissect the agents that make it all happen. After that, we'll look at the whole ecosystem they need to actually work well. Then we'll cover 5 real-world ways you can actually do vibe coding. And finally, we'll zoom out and think about what this means for the future of our jobs.
Okay, so let's start with the big picture. Probably the best way to think about vibe coding is this shift from being a musician, playing every single note yourself, to being the conductor of an orchestra. Your job isn't to write every line of code anymore. It's to communicate the high-level vision, to guide the performance, and to make sure the final piece is a masterpiece.
And this isn't just a simple back and forth between a developer and an AI. Nope. The research actually defines vibe coding as something much more formal. It's a 3-way partnership, a dynamic triad where every single member has a very specific and crucial role to play.
And here are those 3 players. First, you have the human developer. Your job is to set the vision, to articulate the intent, and to be the ultimate judge of quality. Then you have the software project itself. And that's not just the code. It's the databases, the documentation, all of it. That provides the context. And finally, you have the coding agent. It's the intelligent doer.